loaded and ready to fire. It's the championship finals for week number 4 of the Valor series. Allegiance versus Dark Power.
This is it, your grand finals, as both of these teams are going to come out swinging. Look to start to build some momentum here in this series. The aggressive push coming in here from Allegiance already, and Dark Power is going to stymie this threat from the get-go. No buff for you, good sir. We're going to take this ourselves.
Yeah, and look at Dave. He's already winning the trade against Sleepy. Half health to Tulin already, getting level 2 and then winning the lane pressure trade. Sleepy now has to play defensively. Man, this guy and Kali, the reason why Kali's so good is her auto attacks do magic pierce damage. So she can actually take towers pretty well if you leave the mid lane open against her. So that's something they gotta watch out for. And Kali is one of the best mages in the late game. Her Grievance summons 55 waves of total damage, like a Gatling gun of wraiths flying at you from far range. And she outranges everyone with that ultimate.
And I love just the cool addition they did to her vision. So her camera pulls out even further, so she's just able to lob this damage in from insane range already. This is what we like to see. But of course, Allegiance is not going to just try, let that happen. They're not going to be content to just take that damage. They are going to try and go in and aggress as best they can. But of course, Rocker, he's like, I can do poke damage too.
Yeah, and look at that steal. Sleepy actually steals a little jungle monster away from Hoo there. And that was just a nice setup there. But Dave also predicted that they would be there. So there's a lot of studying of these teams here. Dave is basically knew they're there, dropped his Incorporal, which is a circle that slows. So if that's combined, you see that circle there? If that's combined with Alice's ultimate, Hissy Fit, double circle, and then Dave ultimates, he can delete an entire team because the Hissy Fit reduces magic defense by 50% for Alice.
That's something to be watched for sure. Don't stand in the circles is, of course, the good rule. But we have Allegiance picking up this first Abyssal Dragon here. Not going to let Dark Power get any momentum in the early game. I like this from Allegiance. We're seeing a very fun combination of them respecting their opponents, but also still wanting to play their game here as they are going in. That is going to be the Spirit going over the way to Dark Power. Here's who's now in full retreat. Nice, knocking him back. The stun, the follow-up is there. Oh, we do have Omen actually committing to this. There's the ult from Kali, the follow-up to Malleus. KO is now the one in trouble. The counter engage is going in as Rest and Sleepy. You're trying to get him out of there. Nice shield, trying to survive, trying to sustain. That is the Sunshine, though. It is not going to be a kill there. So nice disengage from Allegiance. A full commitment for Dark Power.
Yeah, you can see where Kali, when she casts Grievance, that ultimate, you have to back off. Taking the full brunt of that damage is just too much. And it was a perfect location to out within that narrow corridor, which means that KO had to back off. However, Allegiance did a good job invading and trading and taking the blue side of the jungle away from Dark Power, which now puts them in a slightly smaller lead, 500 gold, but Dark Power is still holding their own.
And one thing we've seen Allegiance do on occasion is draft rather more entertaining compositions, I guess you could say. They've been known to, on occasion, maybe cheese a little bit, but in this situation, they are playing this straight up right now. They just saw what Dark Power did to Immortals, and I have to love the fact that both of these teams are saying, we're going to commit to this, we're going to play our best, and may the best man win. Yeah,
may the best team win. But the next objective is spawning, the Abyssal Dragon. You take that dragon, it gives your team team-wide gold and experience. So that objective is going to be really important. You see the bottom side of the map here where Malik and Rocker is. MTS, that dragon side, they're posturing. Allegiance is exerting map dominance on this side because they're saying this dragon is mine. It's my territory. But look, both teams are playing so safe. Omen's staying in a bush. He doesn't know where KO is. Oh, they're trying to get... He missed the combo there. Who missed the combo? And as a result, they lose tower and they are not able to trade towers.
That was actually huge there. A slight misplay there from Hoo and just great reaction time coming in from Allegiance, as we do have that pressure there. We have Maple falling as well. This is a solid play coming out from Allegiance. They are getting value across the map right now. They are trading out. Neo is trying to defend this, but Alice not exactly the best person to do so, as we do have a tower being taken in the top as well as a kill. So trading out somewhat here, but still going in favor of Allegiance.
Yeah, they trade one tower, but Allegiance gets 2 towers, and they trade a kill on each side, which now puts Allegiance in a nice 1k gold lead. They're also going to take the dragon, and that's going to give them even more gold and experience. And now Dark Power, they need to get picks. They need to get a solid rotation here, because if they don't, they're going to continue to fall behind. But you can see how good both teams are. It's only 1-1 and it's 5 minutes. Are we playing an NA or what? Because if it's 1 minute, if it's 5 minutes in the game, right, and you think about it, and there's only 1 kill, I mean, both teams are playing very cautious. They're not giving over unnecessary deaths. And that's something that I noticed both teams are playing much better because NA normally has a lot more kills on average than EU, and that's something that we notice as the game develops and new players play. They normally give a lot more deaths over because they don't know how to juggle aggro or know how to anticipate enemy actions and rotations.
Yeah, for sure. We're having a slight technical issue as we come back. It's just a little problem.
Blip there. What's the finals without some added suspense and excitement? But we've got a little bit of data to talk about and consider. Let's look at where we stand right now. We're not too far in the game, but trading of objectives is something that both of these teams always are having to make a conscious decision of. Suijay, you mentioned it was one of your last points before we kicked back to the desk. Allegiance coming out on top thus far.
Yeah, KO did a really good job in top lane. When you see the rotation from Dark Power, who comes in, he actually drops like Magnetic Storm from Morn. So this round Magnetic Storm that dropped, and then he used Impact Barrage, but KO dodged it. If you get knocked into the Magnetic Storm by Morn, you will get stunned, and that would have killed KO immediately, and then they were able to then trade 2 towers. However, they only took 1 tower, while Allegiance on the other side of the map took 2 towers because they were able to get their kill and push down both towers.
It was, I mean, if it had come through, it would have been a solid play. That's what they needed. They still traded okay. They did end up getting the kill in the end and getting the tower, but ALG was very much so coming out on top there.
Now, let's take a look forward. Let's take a look at where we're wanting both of these teams to go. Allegiance clearly on top with the objective lead and the control, especially when you start taking the outer ring of towers earlier in the earlier stages of the game. You have the ability to push your minion waves a little deeper, get a little bit better cross-map pressure. What are some things that Dark Power can do at the current moment as we get loaded back up into the game to potentially even this out and find themselves in a more standard standing against Allegiance?
They need to rotate together as a 4-man unit, take their jungle as soon as it spawns, and not give it anything over to Allegiance, so they basically don't get snowballed. Keep the level and the gold disparity constant, so you don't lose that lead even more, and let Kali scale up, because Kali in the late game and more in late game can do a lot of work against the competition they have, and if they play around with the Kali Alice ultimate, they're able to get some picks and combo and win some key fights. So all they need is one good Kali ultimate. It can delete the whole team when they're under the Alice ultimate.
Well, once Alice and Kali get Frosties.
Oh yeah, that slows for days. It's like a root.
It's
not
basically
really
a root. It's not even a root at that. It's not even a slow at that point. It's a root. And it's even combine that with the hissy fit, with everything going into this. You get the additional magic damage coming in. I love that synergy. And again, it makes so much sense when you look at it because both of these teams, Alice is such a highly contested pick. We've seen the power that both of these supports have with this hero, but when you combine with something like a Kali, it's such a natural synergy. The additional movement speed, which of course gives Kali that additional movement speed, which she could use then to keep ahead of her opponents and line up all that grievance as well. Combine that with the stun, with the slow, with the additional magic damage. It's a match made in heaven.
Now, the next question that I have for you revolves around if this game gets to the later stages of the game. Because of the decisive 2 victories that we saw coming out of Dark Power in the semifinals, we haven't seen really an extraordinarily late game team fight coming out of them. We've seen some split team fights. You clearly have the backdoor and things of that effect, but seeing their composition, seeing how they line up as we get back into the game.
Hey!
You know what? Forget that point. We want the action. We want the excitement. I'm going to throw it back to these fine gentlemen. Let's get it underway.
Woo! Well, welcome back, everybody. We are here with the game as Allegiance is still sitting up now. Only about a 2K gold lead, 6-4. So still not out of this yet by any means. Look at the speed. That's what I'm talking about. Look at how much damage Kali's going to be able to do once that starts to stack up and get even further here into this game as Uhu and crew are pushing in here. But look at the impact that's going in. Uhu is the prime target. They're trying to extricate themselves from the situation, but the chase is real onto the Moor, and he is going to fall there. Nicely done. The shock is there, and Omen is standing in the back line, not able to get his team out, and now he's caught far too deep behind enemy lines, and that is going to be a full rout as Dark Power is in retreat.
Yeah, they won the fight when Dark Power has the Dark Slayer buff. You see that circular, that yellow circle around the bottom of the team. That's a 30% damage amp, and they still lost the fight. That just shows how strong and how dominant of a team Allegiance is and how decisive they are with their engages.
Yeah, for sure. This is the Allegiance we know and love. They are, again, a veteran squad. They stay composed. They identify their key targets, and they execute them, and they are now pushing in onto this top, this high ground here. They're trying to execute the tower, and they're executing Neo. Oh, no! Going in so deep here, and that is KO caught out though. But look at the damage they're doing, and look at the damage in return. Sleepy with the injury. Oh man, able to survive that as well. You do have Maple going in with the lasso. The braces of submission are there, trying to secure these additional kills, but ALG very smartly getting out. They wanted the tower, but they'll be happy with what they got.
Yeah, they definitely will be happy there, and that was a good push by AOG. And look at Maple getting the kill onto Rocker. MTS is now going aggressive onto Maple, and however, is Dave going to be able to help him out here and save his life? And he might be able to.
Ooh, I may have spoke too soon. It looks like ALG decided it was time to take a little mini vacation. They like the forest too, guys. They're deciding to hang out in the jungle here, but they maybe overstayed that welcome as they are now giving up kills left and right. Look at the slow coming in as well. And that is the power of that Kali in that situation, able to just put that down, lock him in place. You add the Alice into the effect, and
yeah, look at that Kali lifesteal. She was able to lifesteal and get that back. She has Aura Magi, Enchanted Boots, and Hekates, giving so much piercing. Once she gets Rhea's Blessing and more damage, ability power, that Kali is going to be able to carry so much.
Oh yeah, for sure. And if you look at the gold difference here too, Allegiance really not all that far ahead. Dark Power has been able to do pretty well here, and they have not yet lost a high ground turret. That is crucial here for this team, so the super minions will not be spawning, which of course is additional pressure that you always have to deal with. And if I look back across the other side of Allegiance, if Dark Power can get a decent, if they can get a dragon, get a couple kills, start to get some structures going, they're going to turn this gold lead on its head.
Yeah, they got to focus Dave, because Dave is the hyper carry now with the amount of damage that he has. And look at Rocker, he's going to get eliminated.
Neo being the bait there, masterfully executed for the side of Dark Power here as they were able to force the Violet in, thinking she could get the kill there onto Alice, and no, and that is Dark Power grabbing that dragon here. This is huge for them, as this is going to give them an opening, the opportunity that they needed. If they can get 1 or 2 more kills here, you start to roll some structures. Dark Power is going to find themselves in the lead, but they need to be careful because KO is going in looking to initiate. Look at the Earth Splitter is in. Maple's in full retreat. Who trying to get himself out of there. The speed is there. Nice stun on the KO to disengage as the side of Dark Power is in full retreat, forcing Allegiance into the meat grinder that is Kali.
Yeah, and look at this. They got a jump on Sleepy, and looks like Sleepy might not be able to make this out alive. However, they're engaging the backline. KO gets on the backline. They kill Hoo, and looks like they're trying to get on Dave here. And Omen is going to jump out, and it looks like he's going to get caught out by the side of AOG 4v3.
He is able to get out there with that Angelic Splitter. The 4-man stun, the follow-up from Maple there as well. Rest not hitting anyone with that Earth Splitter. Oh, man, Neo, the plays for days going in there. But Rocker has rejoined the fray, trying to target Maple here. The tower all the while is being destroyed. KO finding value across the battlefield here. If we can't get the kills, we'll just get the structures. And what a back and forth trade. Both of these teams playing at the top of their game.
Yeah, it's just going back and forth right now. It's amazing to see how decisive they are, how they're juggling air, going in, going out. Both these teams are just showing off the mechanical prowess. Rocker being able to survive and do so much damage in the backline. And then we see Kali, Dave using that grievance to do so much damage from far back, forcing ALG to back off and disengaging. And this is going to come down to who is going to execute their composition better. Who is going to keep who alive, Dave alive, and is Sleepy or Rocker. Those are the key carries on each side here. Who's going to do more damage and who's going to survive these engages.
I think a lot of it's going to come down to this Malik. We saw in that last fight the ability to counter-engage, the counter-dive onto the backline. And we now have Rocker going to start to line up some big old crits as we push in here onto this top. Look at both of these carries reaching points where they can start to hit like trucks. As we get here, 12 kills to 10, but everyone's starting to come online.
Yeah, look how careful the whole team plays. They basically try to camp in the bushes and get a pick, and they're trying to go get on this Alice here. MT misses the Malik ultimate, and Dave is able to rain fire using the grievance there, and now they're going to back off and just base. Wow, look at the poke from Uhu.
Oh no, that is him actually dropping there. That is the target prioritization. Rest is now probably going to fall here as well. No, able to flick over the wall. Nice sustainability. We have KO looking to go in onto Dave in the backline as well, spreading the fight beautifully. It's the side of ALG, and it is somehow, some way, Maple going to fall and Rocker surviving. Look at the veteran status, the calm, cool, collected nature of Allegiance as they are pushing in here. What a beautiful fight from them as they are going towards the core here. And I think that is likely going to be GG. They are going in here onto the core. It has backdoor protection, but the minions are going to arrive. And with that, Allegiance is going to take game number 1. A close back and forth match, but in the end, they take the win.
Dark Power came in with the momentum of a